Today, we are going to talk all about what top 10 most road construction machine in the world. So watch this video till the end. Make sure to hit the like button for us. Don't forget to enable all notifications to leave comments. Just stay tuned before we get our topic. Number 10. Urban Sweeper S20. With so many users traveling on roads each day, along with the effects of weather and general debris that falls onto them, surfaces can become extremely dirty very quickly, and this has direct impact on the longevity of the road surface, the comfort of the ride, and the safety of anyone using the road. There's a wide range of different vehicles that have been designed to help keep the streets clean, but possibly the most revolutionary is called the Urban Sweeper S20, which was developed by a Swiss company called Bashong. One of the concerns about vehicles like these is that their constant presence on the road only helps to increase the amount of pollutants in the air and are essentially turning one problem into another. These sweepers, however, which are currently only designed for urban use, are electrically powered, so aren't responsible for releasing any emissions at all so long as the electricity they use has been sourced from a no-emission provider. Furthermore, this particular model is autonomous, so it doesn't require an onboard driver and is instead monitored from a control room where the entire fleet of street sweepers are controlled from. This could well be the future of street cleaning, and if deployed correctly, could mean the world's roads can become cleaner than ever before. Number 9. Asphalt paver. If the asphalt used to build a road isn't being produced on site by a mobile asphalt mixer, then it arrives on trucks, and a machine called an asphalt paver is usually required to lay it onto the new road. The job of the paver is to spread the asphalt out as evenly as possible and to slightly compact it, so very little work is needed afterward. Before the road is complete, the asphalt is added to the paver's hopper. From a dump truck, there's a conveyor belt that moves it into the auger. Here the material is held in front of the screed, which is towed along by the vehicle and manages how the asphalt is released onto the new road's foundations. The height of the screed can be altered depending on the particular requirements of the road and often contain sensors that allow adjustments to be made automatically, so the surface is as flat as possible. While it's a fairly simply designed machine, the paver does most of the hard work of laying the asphalt and may even have a small roller drum at the very back to provide some compression before the main road roller is used. The principle of how they work is so effective that roads being built with different materials will also use a paver highway. For example, often use concrete instead of asphalt, and a slightly adapted paver will lay it just as effectively too. Number 8. Excavator. Once it's been decided that a road needs to be built along a particular route, the first job that needs to be done is the preparation of the ground. At this stage, it's just like any construction project, and one of the most effective vehicles needed during this stage is an excavator made up of a rotating platform called the house upon, which is a cab and a boom, and a bucket. Excavators can be used to remove virtually any obstructions that lie in the way, from boulders and awkward mounds of soil to trees and buildings. With their ability to adapt to different tasks and the power that they have thanks to hydraulic systems, excavators can be used to drive piles or dig shafts to begin the preparation of the road's foundations before more specialized equipment needs to be brought in. They may well be a common machine that's seen on construction sites around the world, but without the versatility of an excavator, it would take far longer to build roads. Number 7. Wheel loader. A wheel loader is another type of machine that you'll commonly see on most construction sites and are vital when it comes to building a road. Essentially a type of tractor. They're used to lift material and move it somewhere else, which is something that's needed during every part of road construction. At first, while preparing the foundations, they're used to remove material that has been dug up, such as earth or concrete, and deposit it into trucks to be taken away. Once that's done, they're also vital in supporting the equipment that's used to produce the finalized road surface. When a mobile asphalt mixer is being used, the wheel loader is responsible for depositing the raw materials for the asphalt into the hopper, but when the asphalt has simply been driven in from somewhere else, the wheel loader will instead be used to lift it from the transport truck and place it into the asphalt paver again. It's a relatively simply designed vehicle that can be used for a wide range of purposes, but it saves so much time and manpower when building roads that no modern-day project can be completed without them. Number 6. The Tiger Stone. Once the foundations of a road have been prepared, it's not necessarily as easy or a quick a process to place a surface layer as you might expect depending on the material being used. It can take far longer than any other stage of construction, especially if it's been decided that the surface will be made of bricks. There is a solution, however, which significantly reduces the build time. An incredible machine called the Tiger Stone, invented by a Dutchman and first demonstrated in 2013. There isn't any complicated technical know-how going on here. It simply makes use of gravity in a clever way. The hopper at the top is split into two, one half where the bricks are loaded into by a truck and the other where the bricks are carefully placed by workers into the desired pattern. The Tiger Stone is slowly pulled along the foundations of a new road, and as it moves the bricks fall into place and are deposited onto the ground. The machine is able to lay up to 4,300 square feet of road per day, which is significantly more than the 1,100 square feet the construction crew would be able to lay in the same time, and at the same time does the job in a more precise way and majorly reduces the risk of strain and injury that the workers are subjected to. Number 5. Thermoplastic road marking machine. Building a tough enduring road is the first step of providing a new highway or transport artery to users, but the final thing that needs to happen before vehicles can start using it is the addition of road markings. They're a vital component that tells drivers how the road should be used and shows them where the different lanes are, which lanes should be used for which purpose, and to provide various other necessary pieces of information too. Special paint or plastic is used for the markings to ensure they don't get worn away by the traffic that passes over. And while it was once the job of a painting crew to put the markings down, it's now far more efficient to use a specialized device like a thermoplastic road marking machine fitted with lasers to ensure the markings are being applied exactly as intended. Components that control how much paint is passing through so it's always even, and heating elements to dry the paint so it's ready to use as soon as the machine is passed over. There's a wide range of different types available, from ones that look like lawn mowers with the operator sat on the back to huge industrial scale ones that can mark an entire highway very quickly. Their use means that the chances of mistakes happening are now far less likely, and that the road can enter use much quicker after it's been built than would have been possible before. Number 4. Asphalt mixing plant. Most roads are made with an asphalt layer at the top because it's such a resilient and hard-wearing substance that's ideal for withstanding all the traffic that will pass over it. It does, however, need to be laid while it's hot and malleable, which means there's few options for how to provide it to the side of construction. First is produce the asphalt at the manufacturing facility and transport it in trucks, and the second is by using a mobile asphalt mixing plant where it's made on site. These machines are quite complicated, but as long as there's enough material available, they can be far more effective at providing the required amount of fresh asphalt to a project. The asphalt itself is made up of aggregate sand and a type of filler, which is normally stone dust. These ingredients are carefully added in the correct proportions to the main drum that spins around to ensure they're combined properly, and slowly heats the mixer to a temperature between 212 and 392 degrees Fahrenheit. When it's ready, the sludge-like asphalt is then ready to be deposited directly onto the new road, and other machines that are responsible for spreading and flattening it can immediately get to work. Number 3. Asphalt miller. When they're built, roads are designed to last for many decades of traffic driving over them, which means they're one of the toughest types of construction projects that's ever undertaken. This is fine when the roads continue to be used, but occasionally the land may be needed for something else, and it's not exactly easy to remove a road once it's in place. One of the only options available is an asphalt miller, and while it's a time-consuming job to complete, it'll eventually be able to remove entire sections of road as needed. Made up of a drum with carbide cutters on it, it spins around as the vehicle moves forward and grinds the road material up. Most have conveyors that then carry this waste to a hopper, where it can then be either disposed of or recycled to make new asphalt. During the process, the cutters will inevitably get worn out, so they're designed in a way that can be removed and replaced as when it's necessary. It might seem like an extreme step, but millers have many more uses beyond removing roads. They're also routinely used in road maintenance. Quite often roads can become bumpy or start developing unwanted characteristics, like developing dips or washboard-like grooves. When used carefully, millers can be used to eliminate all of these. Specialized ones are even used to add purposeful grooves into the road once it's completed, such as rumble strips that warn drivers on highways if they're getting too close to the edge. Number 2. Tunnel boring machine. Where bridges are used to enable roads to cross ravines and valleys, planners are faced with a different problem. There's a mountain in the way of a proposed route. One way to tackle it is to build up around the mountain, which could significantly increase travel time, or the other more costly option is to drill a tunnel through the rock. To do this, or to dig subterranean tunnels, a huge piece of equipment is needed that's called a tunnel boring machine. These are generally available in standard sizes, but on some occasions, normally when a particularly large tunnel is needed, custom ones have to be designed and built. No matter where they're used, they usually follow the same design principle. However, at the front of the bore is a cutter head that contains a rotating cutting wheel that's responsible for grinding the earth and rock in front of it. This is an energy-intensive process, so requires substantial support from behind, which includes a main bearing, thrust system, and further mechanisms to provide power stability, and removal systems to take the debris out of the tunnel. Depending on the type of rock they're drilling through, the cutter heads are adapted with different teeth, and some may even place support struts during the process to prevent the tunnel from collapsing as the machine passes through. While they're extremely expensive and complicated to operate, tunnel boring machines have completely changed the face of tunnel construction and made it far more reliable than it previously was. Number 1. The pothole killer. The pothole killer is another type of machine designed to tackle the scourge of most drivers: huge cracks in the road that make for a bumpier ride, or that can cause severe damage to a vehicle. Designed in the United States, it's sometimes referred to as the Dalek because of the similarities between the way it looks and the deadly alien species and Doctor Who. The main part of the vehicle is a truck that carries all the necessary supplies, but what's different about it is that it features a robotic arm that extends out from the front. This reaches out over the top of the target pothole and sprays it with a special material until it's completely filled. Next, it uses a blower to remove any debris that may be caught up at the top of the newly filled hole, and then sprays it with a sticky glue-like substance that seals it before laying gravel on top. Once the glue dries, the gravel is securely held in place, and in theory the pothole is no more. What is particularly impressive about this design is that it can deal with most potholes in just a couple of minutes, and it only takes a few more minutes before it's dry enough that it's safe for vehicles to drive over. It is, however, just the equivalent to putting a band-aid over the problem, so the fixed hole won't be as tough. Thank you for watching this video. I enjoy making videos. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, leave a comment, and turn on the notification bell to receive notifications of new videos and music. Thanks.